All right, on this episode of the Fit Rockstar Show, we have Quadzilla. She is a wellness Olympian. She is Rookie of the Year. She's my friend, the beautiful, sensational, the biggest damn legs I've ever seen in my life, Jasmine Payne. What is that?
Those are the poetic justice snaps.
I like that. Okay. What's up, champ? How you doing?
All right, girl. Thank you so much for having me on the show again.
Thank you for making the time for me. I appreciate it. I know you're very busy. I know you just had a show recently, the Charlotte Pro. How was that for you? Second place, right?
Yes, ma'am. I came in second. It was an amazing start to my season. It was an opportunity for me to make it nasty on the stage once again.
How do you make it nasty on the stage?
I make sure that when I step on stage, everybody who's texting in the audience, they recognize that I've stepped on stage. And every single time I walk out, I look at somebody in the crowd and I find somebody to flirt with until they can't look at me anymore. That's what you call making it nasty on the stage.
Making it nasty. I'm gonna write that. I'm gonna do that now. Make it nasty. My version of make it nasty versus yours is night and day.
A little different.
Oh yeah, I'm thinking everything's coming off. Anyway, sorry.
No, we got that'll probably count against me. You know, we got to keep it family friendly.
Yeah, we got to keep it family friendly. I'd be scaring everybody away if I did that. But anyway,
doubt it.
So tell me about this leading up to the show. You know, what made you pick the Charlotte?
So, the Charlotte show, I figured a lot of my family members could meet me halfway. With me being from Mobile, Alabama, a lot of my shows have been north or have been East Coast, and my family hasn't really been able to show up and support. And so I have family in South Carolina, family in Northern Alabama, and the Charlotte show just seemed like a good pick. Mm-hmm. And so leading up to the show, nothing really changed as far as my meal plan. Oh, this year I did practice Ramadan.
Oh,
and
wow.
So for 30 days and 30 nights, while the sun was up, I wasn't eating or drinking water. And when I tell you that made a huge difference in my body transformation. The first 10 days of Ramadan, my belly button was making love to my spine. And I was like,
oh, wow.
Let me find out I could actually like snatch up this waist the way that they've been asking me for this whole time. And so it was very exciting leading up to the show, understanding how my body likes to be fed into the show in order to translate the results that the judges have been looking for. And so that was a blessing in disguise, because at the beginning of Ramadan, I was like, what do you mean no water? I'm so thirsty. Like, I'm already hungry. But one thing I enjoyed was the discipline that came along with practicing Ramadan during my peak weeks. And I really feel like it helped me on show day because I wasn't thinking about eating. I wasn't thinking about how thirsty I was. And I was able to be strong on stage throughout the whole process in depletion because I've been practicing throughout the whole month. Mm-hmm. And so that was a blessing in disguise.
So what was the hardest part of Ramadan, though? Because you eat during the night? Is that how that works?
Yeah. So the hardest part of Ramadan for me was just a change in schedule. Mm-hmm. Because at 7:30, 7:45 is when we would break our fast. And I started going to the gym at 2:30. And so having to wake up in the middle of the night to eat, but also trying to get enough sleep so that when I go into the gym, my workouts are efficient.
Right.
I realized that through that time, it helped me to create a mind over matter connection. Like, oh, I'm so sleepy. Nobody gives a fuck you're sleepy. You still have to train, you know? And
right.
So it gave me the opportunity to practice that discipline in a different way. So really just the change in the schedule eating in the middle of the night when I've been told this whole time, like, you can't eat and sleep on it. And then waking up like super tight. I was like, oh God, it's been a lie this whole time.
Right.
And so I love understanding my body and connecting to my body and understanding what works for me, because throughout my process, I've realized that it's not a cookie cutter experience. Everybody's experience, what they eat, leading up to the show, how they train leading up to the show is different. And so to finally find what works for my body type, it was just like a light bulb. And me and my coach both were just like, oh, finally we found something.
What made you decide to do to celebrate Ramadan?
So my coach is Muslim.
Yeah.
And anytime my friends, family, and loved ones are practicing something, if I can be in support, then I'm going to be in support. I'm around my coach and my brother every single day. And so for me to be eating and drinking in their face,
right,
I feel like it would have given them an extra, temptation, unnecessary temptation. And so I asked him, like, would it hurt me if I practice Ramadan with you? And he was like, no, it probably actually helped. And so
I just
picked it up. Mm-hmm.
So it's just, you pretty much eat the same food just at night, right?
Yes.
What time do you start eating?
7:30.
Okay. So
7:30, and then I would eat like every 3 hours.
This makes sense. So when I was in Germany for FIBO, and Big Rami was there for Panada sports equipment, and so he was celebrating Ramadan, and it was the same thing. We're at dinner. He couldn't eat. He had to wait. He was having, I don't know, I guess the time came around where he could finally eat, and he was just having a little salad and I think a chicken breast. But, yeah, he couldn't eat all day, and I'm like, wow, I didn't realize. But if you really think about it, it does make you tighter. I would think it makes you more disciplined with your body.
Yes. And like we spoke on last time, the most challenging thing for me during prep is my diet. The training is a piece of cake. I've been training all my life. Waking up early in the morning, it's a piece of cake. But controlling my emotional connection to food has been challenging to me. And so Ramadan has helped me to just develop a different relationship with food and use it as fuel instead of as a pleasure. And
do you, not to interrupt you, my queen, but do you have a way of increasing the volume or a little bit, because the audio is just a little bit funky?
Is that better now?
Much better. Yeah.
Okay.
Much better. Sorry about that.
I had to take my headphones out.
Okay.
No, you're good.
No worries. So with this prep that you just did, do you feel this is your best look to date?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And it's crazy because I've already stitched the pictures side by side. Like, okay, like what are the judges looking at? What are they looking for? I'm always trying to make sure that every time I get on stage, I look better than the last time. And when I put my pictures on stage next to my Olympia pictures, you can just tell my core is tighter. I learned how to vacuum.
Oh, wow.
I really vacuum. I still can't vacuum without sounding like Darth Vader. I don't know how to do it and talk normal. So, but throughout the process, like I've seen how my core is tighter. My top glutes are like, look, girl, you could put a coaster on them cheeks.
Oh, well, I like that. Yeah.
The top glutes are much rounder. My quads have become more defined. I have calf definition now. And so I haven't touched my upper body since December. And I can tell that just the broadness of my shoulders has definitely come down. And so I'm happy with what I brought to the stage. And I just walking on stage and going through my quarter turns, like hearing the reactions from people in the crowd, I was just like, oh God, y'all missed me.
Of course.
And so I loved just being able to showcase like everything I've been working for from December until now.
You are gorgeous. I'm stalking your Instagram as we speak. And you got to tell me about this stretching thing you did here. Who's your coach? You have a coach, Vila? No. You're doing a stretching thing with somebody in the gym. She's moving you all around and stretching you out.
Yeah. So a friend of mine, her name is Rennie. She does band work. And that's actually another thing that I've incorporated in my routine. I remember last time I talked to you guys about the balance of feminine and masculine energy. And I talk all that shit and then walk out of the gym and I'm like, oh, I'm too tired to stretch. Like I've been stretching everybody else. My body hurts and I don't want to feel like doing it for 2 hours. Sure. So the video that you see on my Instagram is a friend of mine. She does resistant band active stretching. Oh. And another friend of mine, his name is D-Matt. He does body sculpting and scraping and cupping. And I started to see them at least minimum once a week to relieve the tension in my body. But yeah, that video you see is real sensual. It's very, very energy filled. You can feel the release in the video.
I'm looking at it as I'm watching, like, wow. Yeah. I mean, you guys are all into it. You know, you can see there's a lot of release going on there.
Yeah, girl. I put on my playlist, and some of the guys were walking by the gym, and they left their bottom lip on the floor.
Of course they are. So, what is your plans now? After what was the feedback you got from the Charlotte?
So, feedback that I got from Charlotte, I'm assuming it's for the ultimate end goal of showing up to Olympia, because I was told that my upper body and my legs are too big. And so it kind of left me on like a buffer, like my legs. What?
Right.
Thank you. Like I appreciate your feedback, you know. But he told me that all the top dogs in wellness, they don't have huge legs. He told me that, of course, because my genetic makeup, like I'm quad dominant. Yeah. But one thing that the industry is trying to get away from is girls chasing mass. Women thinking that they have to get bigger and bigger and bigger in order to stand next to the best of the best. And so as soon as he told me that, one example I thought of was Jacqueline from Mexico. Phenomenal shape, beautiful girl. Her thighs are like thick ham hocks, like goodness gracious, like. And so I understood what he was saying. And so, of course, my coach and I, we went back and looked at the pictures and wondered if my legs look bigger because my upper body is smaller. And like what can we do to adjust? And so that's why we decided to make the decision to pull out of Pittsburgh, just for the sake to give us enough time and attention to make those corrections. Because we're going in front of the same judges and we have a couple weeks to make those changes. And so we want to make sure that when we step on right with a better package.
Now, didn't you beat one of your competitors that you won your pro card next to?
People always ask how I got here. I was willing to work just a little harder than everyone else. Every damn day. If I can have hundreds of hours back, you know I'm gonna grab them. Spending hours prepping chicken, rice, and vegetables, F that. I rely on perfect nutrition. I rely on trifecta.
I did.
Who was that?
Her name was Rand Collins. I did. And she has grown so much, like, since I've seen her. Well, both of us, because both of us are North American. It was like Fisher's Price compared to the bodies you see now. But yeah, she ended up coming in 4th place. And I knew going into this show, every single time I passed by a reflection, whether it was a mirror, whether it was a water puddle, whether it was somebody else's glasses, I was just like, I'm coming. Whoever is coming to this show, they better be conditioned. Yeah. They better have quads because I got them. Right. And they better come with all of the sassiness because they're going to have to be perfect in order to beat me on that stage. And I was very excited to stand against Daisha again because she beat me in Atlanta. And I wanted Atlanta so bad last year. All of my family showed up and they're like, oh, congratulations. I was like, I didn't win. But it was great to it's always great to stand up against people who I've once gone against and come out victorious.
You mean kick their ass is what you're saying.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But I seasoned it with a little more sugar.
A little more sugar.
But yeah, it was great.
Are you going to do any other shows, or are you pretty much going to take some time off right now, or?
So I am right now.
Not that I'm trying to be too nosy, but
I am preparing for Miami, Muscle Beach, June 3rd. My coach and I, we were going back and forth between that show and the show in Ontario, Canada. Of course, that one is June 4th. And so I'll already be home enjoying my family for a family reunion. And so it just makes more sense to go and enjoy some sun in Miami.
So how close was it between you and Miss Giselle Machado?
Child, it had to have been real close because they rotated us like some rotisserie chickens up there, just trying to check us out. They were like quarter turn, quarter turn, quarter turn.
Who was the head judge?
The head judge was Tyler.
Oh wow, okay, that had to be a good one. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was a phenomenal lineup. And so I think overall, her core seemed a little bit tighter. She's taller than me, and so it looks different in our poses.
Sure.
But honestly, Isabel, whenever I look at these pictures, I think I got baby girl everywhere else. Like our back pose, I ate everyone up there.
Yep.
And so respectfully, I ate everyone up respectfully. And so it's just continuing to show up until my package is undeniable.
Sure.
And so that's what we're gonna do, because I can't keep getting second place. I'm gonna get my qualification.
How many times have you been runner up?
Whew. Atlanta, Chicago, Hawaii, Puerto Rico, 5 times.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
5 times.
It's time to go in there and bring the pain.
Yeah, girl.
Are you happy they don't have a point system anymore?
I am. I am, because I've always grown up not fond of the participation trophy. And so I'm always down to put in the work to get what I deserve. I've never been afraid of any challenge. I've never been afraid of competition. And so they take the point system away, you're still going to see me.
Sure.
You saw me last year from the point system. This year, the point system's not there. Guess what? I'll still be there.
You'll still be there.
And so
right.
I'm excited. And a lot of my gym family has asked me and my coach the same thing. Like, hey, like, how do y'all feel? That they taken the point system away and you can't make it to the O. And my coach is so raw. He's so, as a matter of fact, he was like, motherfucker, you think we worried about that? Last year was her rookie year, and she made it to the O on points. You think we worried about points this year? And I was just like, yeah, you tell him, coach. Like, and so I'm just excited. Every single time I show up, I feel the energy. I feel when I step off stage and the support from people in the crowd, the whispers and the support from the judges, like we had you top of our car. I know I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. And I'm blessed. I'm blessed to even be where I am right now. Sure. And knowing that, like I told you, knowing that I started this season out second, there's only up from here.
Right.
It's only up from here. And so I'm excited for the next competition.
Have you been down to the offices over there in Pittsburgh doing a photo shoot and whatnot?
I haven't.
Oh, you should sometime.
I know. I see the wall.
Yep.
I see the girls go and they pose in front of the wall, and I'm just like,
good interview.
I have to make my way. I had a talk with JM backstage, and he asked me the same thing. He's like, man, like, when are we going to see you in Pittsburgh?
That's right. I agree.
I'm coming, JM.
You need to bring that big smile and big ass legs over to Pittsburgh.
I'm telling you, I make sure they good and oiled up too.
Oiled up. So let's talk about your coach. You say he's your motherfucking superhero.
Yes.
I mean, I just saw these pictures. Coach B?
Coach B.
Coach B. So
Game Time Fitness.
I can't believe this before and after. This is the same person.
Yes, ma'am.
That's incredible. What's the what's the range of time between the photos here?
So the range of time between those two pictures is about a year and a half.
Wow.
Yep, about a year and a half. I met my coach March.
And I'm talking about this one, right?
I know. Look at that little soft body.
Gosh.
I still have the attitude in the face, though, girl.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do.
I met him in March of 2021. By September 2021, he turned me pro.
Oh, wow.
And then, of course, all last year was my IFBB first IFBB pro season. And so when I tell you that it's so important to have a coach that's not just a trainer, but also is a coach. Mm-hmm. He's a student of his craft. When we leave the gym, he's studying. He's studying other competitors. He's studying winners from the shows of last year. He's always looking to have that information of, okay, what's next in this game? Mm-hmm. How can we be successful? And he pours so much into us. One thing I love about my team is that I don't have to go outside of my team to get anything. My posing coach, her name is Charvase Taylor. She is the IFBB bikini pro, and she's also a product. We call the Burroughs kids.
Okay, so where is this from? I don't know if you can see that.
Oh, that was my first show.
That's your first show.
That was the Maryland East Coast Classic.
You look so cute.
I know. I'm like so spring chicken.
Spring chicken. Aw.
That was my first show. We had so many rewards and accolades in that show. I had to get some of my friends to carry it to the car. I won everything.
I love that. As you should.
So he has definitely been a support since, like, I'm very emotional and he is like the opposite of that. But the fact that whenever I feel myself getting overwhelmed, he always knows exactly what to tell me to bring me back on track. Mm-hmm. And sometimes it's like, stop being a bitch. No one cares about you.
Oh, wow.
Yes,
I like that.
He's so raw.
Right.
He's like, listen, like, nobody cares about your excuses.
No.
Because at the end of the day, you're either going to show up and do it, or you're going to sit here and complain about doing it, and you're still going to do it.
Correct.
And I was like, you know what? You're right.
Do you see that happening a lot, though, in our sport, that a lot of people just complain and whine about things and don't hold themselves accountable?
I feel like in our sport, if you don't have a strong mind, it can be easy to dwindle down that poor me effect, like, oh no, like, my body hurts, I'm hungry, right. I'm tired of doing this. Like, but ultimately you either need someone or you have to have a strong mind to be able to pull yourself out of that. Because I also got into that mode one point during my prep. Like, I'm sick of this everyday ass routine. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I'm tired of the diet. I'm tired of dieting. I'm tired of doing this and doing that. And my coach was like, oh no, like, I've become the greatest at what I do, and now I have to move different than other motherfuckers. And I looked at him and I was just like, okay, touche, I get it. Like, I'm not the same person that I was. And so once you recognize, okay, bodybuilding has changed me holistically. Mm-hmm. I can't sit here and dump bullshit into my body because I'm a different machine.
Yeah.
I can't sit here and think negative thoughts because I'm a different machine. I have to be wired different. Not only for me, but for the people who are looking to me to be inspired. I can't be the same person complaining about mundane things. Like, I woke up this morning, I still have my health and strength to be able to inspire people. Sure. That's a blessing. Yep. And so it's all about being able to control, because your mind is going to do what it does. Your mind is going to have positive thoughts and it's going to have negative thoughts. It's all about what thoughts you pay attention to and hold on to as your own. But I do see a lot of times in our sport that people get into that mode of like, the poor me. Even backstage, they feel weak and they're able to walk across stage, but as soon as they come down the stairs, they're like, oh, I feel faint. Like, yeah. Oh, I'm like, and it's like, if you can be strong on the stage, you can be strong off stage. It's mind over matter. You have to be able to connect with your body, connect with the feelings that you feel of your body starting to
deplete, and you have to speak strength.
Well,
and
some people
breathe.
can't do that though, you know?
Yeah, they're not connected.
No.
They're not connected. But I've even gotten to the point, like I've been backstage and I've felt like I'm gonna topple over, and I hold my coach's hands and he's like, take your time, and I breathe into my body until I feel like I have that strength again. But that is also because I have practice in controlling my body through my yoga practice. I've had instances where my body has just taken over. I've had points where I've had anxiety and passed out. And that's such a scary feeling to not have control of this body. When I know that I'm so much more than this vessel, I control this vessel through my mind. Like, I wish you would pass out on me.
Right.
Like, I didn't tell you to pass out.
Right.
And so to be able to have that much control, it is a blessing. And that's why I'm so adamant about teaching people about how to be connected to their body, because I feel like everybody should have that power.
Sure.
Everybody should have that understanding that what's happening for you is happening for you, not to you. You're in control of everything that goes on in this physical realm. And so that's why I'm always in the posing room, speaking life into people, like working people out and teaching them why your body is reacting this way to certain stimuli. And so I know that everybody doesn't have it, because there was a point in life where I didn't have it. So I just try to continue to be a blessing to people so that they can move and be strong.
There are people who don't have it, and it's people like you that give us the encouragement and inspiration to be something better, to have hope in like competing and whatever it is they choose to do. You know, how's the coaching thing going for you? Pretty good? Are you still busy with that? Or are you more focusing on yourself?
So right now I'm more focusing on myself. All of my kids at Howard, they are getting closer to graduation, coming back from spring break. I'll be starting some summer camps at Howard in the next month or so. And so that has kind of slowed down a little bit because my kids, they're not in season. But I'm still doing a lot of body work. Of course, the last couple of weeks leading up to the show with Ramadan and with my just my overall energy level, if I don't have the energy to share, I don't make appointments.
Sure.
And so I fall back from the last 2 weeks, and I love that I have the people that I have on my books that understand my goals and what I'm looking to attain. They're like, listen, whatever you need, just let me know and I can get back on your books, because I'm kind of fucked up.
Sure.
And so, yeah, I've slowed down, and my people couldn't wait for me to get back because they saw me in the gym yesterday and they're like, oh my God, I didn't know you were back. Do you have anything available for this week? And I was like, yes, I do. Like, come and see me.
So my queen, I'm sorry to interrupt you. Do you have any merchandise? I mean, I think the last time we talked about T-shirts and things like that. Do you actually make anything yet?
No, I have not.
You know you'd be making some money if you did. Just saying.
Yes. Yeah, I know. I need to put my foot on the gas with that.
I want a picture of your beautiful face and those big giant quads, you know, and then some catchy like phrase that you would, you know, like just something that's like savage.
I have a saying in the gym that I have everybody saying. Everybody want to be sexy. Don't nobody want to put the work in.
Of course, yeah.
Everybody want to be sexy.
Well, usually they buy their sexiness, right?
What happened?
They don't really work for it. They just buy their sexiness.
Yeah, they just buy it. And the thing about it is, if you buy it, you still got to work. You still have to work, no matter what, because you don't want a nice lollipop ass.
Lollipop ass? I like that.
You see these girls out here getting these butt injections and they don't have the thighs to match.
No, they don't. No.
Like, you should have told them to put something in your thighs, sis. Everything needs to
Now, when you see stuff like that, you as a competitor, what do you think in your mind? What do you think?
You're cheating. You're cheating.
Yeah.
You're cheating. I had to build my booty from the ground up. You see those pictures?
Uh-huh.
North American, like my butt was like, the legs were nice, but I didn't have no hams or yams.
I've seen it up close and personal here in the Fit Rockstar show. Yeah.
Girl, I had to put that work in. And so a part of me feels like it's not fair, but also it's like, it's your money. You can do what you want with it, you know?
Yeah.
And so I feel like people are going to invest in themselves however they know how.
Sure.
And I just grew up investing in putting the work in.
Sure.
And so I work for what I have. But don't get it twisted. I've definitely looked at doctors like, this shit would be a lot easier if I could just.
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah. But see, you don't have to do that because you work for it, and you obviously it shows. Got the biggest legs I've ever seen.
You diet down, train hard, and supplement smart for months. When the time comes to step on stage, don't leave your tan to chance. Go with the pros. Pro Tan. #1 worldwide since 1987 and the official sponsor of the Olympia for the last 15 years. Don't step on stage without it. Pro Tan.
So who's on your radar at the Olympia? You know, when you're there, who is on your radar?
So who's on my radar?
That you just gotta beat.
Tornado. Like, I remember she's such a cool girl. I sized her up. We were at Meet the Olympians last year, standing next to each other, taking a picture. And I looked over at her and saw her looking down at my legs. And you best believe I flexed the hell out of these things. I was like, yeah, girl, thighs, I got them. But I looked at how she's built, and I felt as far as like the top contenders in the O, me and her have the most similar frame. Someone asked me, how does Franciella look in person? I was like a motherfucking Olympian.
Yes, yeah, of course, right.
She looks like she deserves her title.
Right,
like,
right.
And so I'm always looking to beat top dogs. And so when I put my pictures side by side, I'm putting my pictures next to Franciella. I'm putting my picture next to Rayanne, the Hurricane.
What about Cassandra Gillis, who just won the Arnold and just won the Vancouver this past week?
Yeah, I went against Cassandra in both Pittsburgh and New York last year. And I think that she has a nice overall build. But yeah, she's not someone I compare my frame to. I feel like we're built a little different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's night and day.
Yeah.
Absolutely. All right, Ms. Jasmine, I want to ask you 2 more things. I'm going to let you go because I know you got to get ready. Do you have any other projects going on outside of prep?
Outside of prep right now, I am getting ready for summer camps with the swim and dive team. I'm picking up with my stretch and release clients, and I will be working on a leg program ebook.
About time.
So be on the lookout for that, guys. I'll be dropping that soon.
Oh man, I'll be your first
folks
buyer.
Have been asking how can I Zilla these quads?
Yes.
And so I got to give the people what they want.
And see again, this is where the T-shirt comes into play. The Quadzilla, you know, some catchy little leg sayings. Anyway, sorry, my queen.
We're gonna get it together. We're gonna get it together. Also, yeah, I think that's about it. My sponsors, Black Ice Bikini in the UK, they have hit me up, and so when you guys see me grace the stage in Miami, I will be in something saucy and nude.
Saucy? Oh, Can you give us an idea of colors or not yet?
It's gonna be red.
Yeah, that's the winning color, as you know.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Okay, my queen.
So I'm looking forward to it. Nice ruby red suit, and I love them so much because they're so quick and efficient. She messaged me and was like, "We should put you in a new suit on Sunday."
Oh wow!
And Tuesday, she sent me the suit already sewn up. She's like, "It'll be shipped by the end of the week."
They don't play around. Now this is from the UK.
Yep. Black Ice bikinis.
That's some fast
They literally
shipping.
made every single suit I've been in.
Wow.
And I trust their process. They communicate. They send me videos leading up to the finished product. Like, I love it.
How did you come across them? How long have you been sponsored by them?
Whenever I was searching for suits for my first show, I didn't realize how much time I needed in order to order suits. And everyone I was reaching out to, they were booked.
Yeah.
They couldn't take my order. And Jody and Mandy over in Black Ice, when I reached out to them on Instagram, I found a suit on Instagram that I wanted. It was like that green and purple suit that you saw. And it was giving me Mardi Gras vibes.
Sure,
being
right.
from Alabama,
Yeah.
I was just like, oh, this is nice. So I sent the message to them and I was like, listen, guys, my show is like right around the corner. And I know this is last minute, but can you accommodate? And it was just easy. And I remember that first interaction. And I was like, anybody who can make my prep easier, I want to work with them.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. So they've been awesome.
Just like the peanut butter, right? Project AD, right? Professor Nuts?
Exactly. I'm going to stick beside Project AD forever. Like I'm all about pushing good quality products. We talked about this. Like if the shit is good, you better believe I'm going to be pushing it. And I'm giving out sweat sticks at the gym like Oprah. I'm like, you get a sweat stick. You get a sweat stick.
I have not tried the sweat sticks yet, but I hear they make you sweat a lot.
Yes, girl, they work. Like the thing about it, my friends they're pissed off because they work so well. They're like, I had to bring 3 changes of clothes. I'm like, it's a sweat stick. What do you expect?
Yeah.
To not sweat? Like it's doing what it said it's gonna do.
Well,
so their products are amazing.
All of Joe Bentley's products are incredible. I like the Matador. That's my favorite.
Matador, yep. Yeah. Mine too.
Yeah,
they've been sold out of that for a while. Everybody has gotten hip to the Matador.
I've got a stock of Matador in my cabinet, so it's I live by that stuff. But my queen, I know you have to get ready doing your thing. I appreciate you so much for your time, and I want to leave it with you. Is there anything you want to say to your fans, your sponsors, your family? Some pain, inspiration. We're all here for you.
I would like to say thank you to everyone who has been pouring into me, not only this last week as I've been in Charlotte, but throughout my entire career. It is because of how you guys pour into me that I understand how I reflect in this world. And I know that as you guys see the outcome, a lot of people have been frustrated, but I want you to know that we are all in divine timing. Everything that happens for a reason. And I want everyone to know that just because the outcome doesn't look how you thought it should look, it should not stop you from continuing to reach for the stars, continue to reach for your goals. And I want to say thank you to my coach, Coach B, Game Time Fitness, my Gold's Gym, Richie Station family, everyone who motivates me on a regular basis. I know that I look a little intimidating in the gym, but as soon as you guys come and speak to me and you smile at me, you really help to recalibrate my energy. And so I just want to express my gratitude to everyone in the world who shows love on a regular basis to Quadzilla. Thank you, guys.
We have nothing but love for you, girl.
I love you.
Yes, 100%. Thank you so much again, Miss Payne, for taking the time. I cannot wait to see you in Miami kicking ass, as always. You're a lovely person, inside and out, and damn those quads.
Girl, thank you so much, Isabel. It's good to see you again,
Thank
baby.
you, honey. All right, you have a good one. Mwah.
You too.
All right, guys.
Bye, Nico.
Good Rockstar signing off. Thank you.